If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. When we think about Africa and the church, we are at a point where there is a lot that is worth celebrating, and yet we're very cautious because we have a church that is literally exploding in terms of numbers, and yet there is no transformation that matches the numerical growth. For example, we have countries that would claim to be 85% Christian, and yet those countries are some of the most corrupt countries, on the continent. And so in one sense, we have to say the church is corrupt. So numerical growth that is not matched by spiritual transformation, responsible citizenry, a church that is impacting, culture, and society. That is our major problem. That is our major problem. And you could say, the reason is because perhaps over the last 100 years, we have done brilliant evangelism, but very minimal discipleship, because it is discipleship, that brings about that transformation. So we are in beautiful Cape Town, the mother city of South Africa. It is just stunning. But the reason why we're here is because we strongly believe that as Reformed Covenantal Presbyterians, in order for us to build, we need to build together. This Nigerian proverb speaks to that. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And we meet here for the next 3 days to pretty much go together, build together. And so all the Presbyterians in Africa who are fed up of just watching things happen, who perhaps are tired of their liberal denomination, and they're looking for something that is Reformed, covenantal, biblical, they're here. They're here so that we can network, and together we can think about how we can build on the continent. The way we have gone about doing mission, in the last 100 years, has produced a church that is very weak, undiscipled church. Whether we're talking about lay people or we're talking about leadership. If you were never discipled, chances are you won't be able to disciple anyone. First, because you don't know how to. Second, because you're just not interested. Discipleship is important. If we're not happy with what 100 years of mission has produced, a weak church, it means that it cannot be business as usual, right? So what should we do differently? The first point is that the American church needs to partner and collaborate with the African church without having to take ownership, without having to take leadership, because leadership is here. So collaborate and partner. Look for wise ways, productive ways to partner and to collaborate. But secondly, if our problem is discipleship, it then means that the American church, the best thing they can do to help the African church is help disciple the leadership of the church. We need to see pastors who come alongside African pastors, right, and disciple and mentor, and coach, and share resources, right? But share resources not as a transaction, where you're just giving away stuff, but share resources in a responsible manner that will help mature the leadership of the African church.